When you join the eGPlearning Circle community, there are various different things you can start doing. I'm going to show you what you can do using the browser. Similar things are available in the app, but obviously they may be placed differently, and it does depend which version of the app that you use. What I would highly recommend when you start using the community is go to the Start Here tab that you can see here. And there are various guides that you can look at that will help you navigate what you need to do. The first thing I would highly recommend you do is look at the Getting Started post that you can see here and simply click on See More. This explains the rules of our community, which hopefully you will feel are sensible and appropriate for any type of online community that exists. Simply have a quick read, see if you agree with it or not. I would really appreciate if you could put a like or a comment just to acknowledge that. However, by being part of this community, you are abiding by these various different rules. If you feel these rules are not sensible and appropriate for you and you don't want to be part of the community, let me know. I'll be more than happy to refund you your membership. Next, in getting started, it'd be really useful to be able to navigate the eGPlearning Circle community. Well, the next post, as you can see, explains how to do that. There is a video there that will help you as well if you want to look at that particular section or refresh your memory. In terms of simply navigating the community, this is what you need to know. As you can see on the web interface, there's various different sections you can engage with. You've got the search and the home functions on the left hand side. You've got notifications that does as it says, gives you notifications, and direct messages, which is available for you to look at between other members of the Circle community. Where most people would normally start is the Start Here function, which is where we're currently looking at. Alternately, for group functions, there is also the tea or coffee room. If you were to click on the tea or coffee room, I don't like coffee, which is why it's called the tea room. But effectively, this is just an area for you to chat and engage with other people if you choose or want to. It's basically the general chit chat for anything relating to eGPlearning or other kind of stuff. And you're welcome to start or add a post here. In terms of how to do a post, we'll come to that a little bit later on. When you've joined our community, it's most likely through our GP5T Circle community, which is this tab here. As you can see, there are some extra communities going to be coming soon. However, these are not currently available for you to register with. In terms of the GP5T community, there's various different sections, and these are called spaces. So these are the areas you can engage with, and your membership will allow you access to these. As you can see, there are some that are bold and have numbers next to them. That's because they have notifications or posts that you have not seen yet. So that gives you an idea of where to look if you're looking for new information. I would always recommend everyone jumps in and has a look at the Getting Started and Say Hello part. And this is basically an opportunity for you to introduce yourself to the rest of the community, rather than filling up all the other spaces with that kind of information. As you can see, we've got a post here. Use this post to introduce yourself to the community. To help, please answer these following questions at least, and it's just to get the conversation started. So, name an area that you work in, and ideally a session count just as a guide. Education-based roles, so whether you're a clinical trainer, educational trainer, TPD or other. What you most want to get out of this group, and just for fun, name a hobby that brings you joy. And you can see we've already got some responses from our existing members already, including myself. And as you can imagine, I'm Dr. Gandhi, owner and admin of this group. I do 6 sessions and a GP trainer, educational supervisor. I want to know how to help GP trainers. And as many of you probably know, I love board games. Short, sweet, some various information. Also got a post from Andy and from Tara, our fellow group coordinators and stuff. Next, you can see there's the Ask Any Questions Here section, and it's just as it sounds. If you've got a question, feel free to ask it. Got a couple in there already for you, and some of them have comments as well. This is a great place to ask any general question around GP training. We've got a Share Your Resources section. This is where we'll be uploading various different resources for you to use, and as you can see, we've already started, so we've got some for humanities, tutorial ideas, some of my tech tips are in here as well, and we've got a special section for Dr. Ed Pooley's amazing resources that he provides for many of you already. If you're specifically wanting educational supervisor support, so this is stuff around doing educational supervisors reports and various other things, this is the section to have a look at. We've got posts in there for you to have a look at, and we'll be able to add more content and stuff as you choose to. The workplace-based assessment, e-portfolio exams, and basically everything else. I haven't put anything in there yet. I'm waiting for you guys to help me fill this section, but have a look in there to see about information about basically anything to do with assessments. And GP5T events, so this is where we'll be putting updated information and stuff and announcements about the group and various other things relating to GP5T, including events that you can join. So obviously we've got the GP5T4 conference that we're currently having. Also, we'll be adding more events, including resources for you to have a look at from there. Those are the main sections we've got currently. We may add some more as time goes on. The other place worth looking at currently in our community is your profile section. You can navigate to this in the bottom left hand corner where your name will be, and if you click on that, it brings up various options such as view profile, edit profile, notifications and authentication. If you view your profile, this shows you on the right hand side of the screen what it looks like. Alternatively, you may want to edit it, and you can either do it from there or click on the edit button here, and this allows you to do various things such as adding your name, details, etc., and various other information, like if you want to link yourself to other URLs and stuff, you can do that. And you can also change your image. I would recommend doing this, at least people can identify you a lot easier rather than looking at the generic colouring. Notifications is absolutely somewhere I would recommend you have a look at, and you can set the level of notifications that you may want from this particular group. So you can have it set to comments on my posts, replies to my comments, etc., or just have weekly digests. As you can see, I've got most of mine set to give me information through the app rather than on email, because that's how I prefer to get my information, and you can set those settings. The Android app is pending, so hopefully most of you will have access to that soon. The Apple app is already available. Obviously, make sure you save the changes so it keeps a record of what you want. Authentication is about information, obviously, of your account, access, and if you want to connect other accounts to it as well. And that's how you can set your account settings from there. And that is a quick navigation of the eGPlearning community. The last part in terms of onboarding with the eGPlearning Circle community is how to make a post. It's pretty intuitive, but there are a couple of things you may want to know in terms of the added functionality you can get from this particular type of group. So let's go over to the tea or coffee room, and I'm just going to add a post here just for general chit chat to see what people's thoughts are. When you click on start a post, you can see you've got various things that you can add into, so you can change the location here if you needed to, if you've clicked on the wrong one by accident. You can add a cover, and this is where you can see some of the imagery that you've seen on some of my existing posts. If you click on that, it brings up options such as from Unsplash, or you can upload your own or embed a link and stuff if you want to. For example, you can search for anything really and see if there's anything that matches up to what you want to post on. So if I was to type in finance, got various things. So if I click on that one, you do have to size it to the relevant types like that. So let's do that, shall we? Add the image as a banner. Then it's worth adding a title for your post. So I put the title, is general practice financially viable after the budget? And you can add a post from there. In terms of adding more information to the post, if you click on the lightning button, this gives you various options such as headings, so putting the bulleting points, numbered lists, quotes, etc., and various other things that you can do. You can also add in information like images, PDFs, videos, and various other sections which you can also access through here. So you can upload a video or embed a link. I would recommend embedding a link for most things because we have a limited amount of storage. Alternatively, you can add an image by clicking on the picture icon, and again you can use the Unsplash options to search for generic stock photos that you can use. You can add a GIF if you like to use GIFs. Many of you know I do. You can add emojis by using the emoji bar. As you can see, various options you can think of. So let's stick that one in there for now. Or you can use the paperclip to add attachments from wherever you want to, as you can see there. Then simply you can publish the post from there. So I'm asking the question, is general practice financially viable after the budget? What do you think? People can then comment underneath or like various posts. If you wanted to adjust the post for any reason, you can go back and edit it. Alternately, you can also click to follow a post if there's one that's piqued your interest and you want to find out more about that information, but don't necessarily want to comment and stuff. This is a really useful function for particularly posts made in other groups or resource-based groups, so you can follow the information that comes across. Also, you can delete the post if you want. I'm going to delete this one so you won't be able to see it in the group. Delete and confirm. And that is how you make a post in the eGPlearning Circle community. So get started and posting in our eGPlearning community. See you there.